All right, parents, welcome. This is the first flip lesson for you guys. You've seen your students do them in math. And I wanted to make this today to give you a quick reminder about how to read your students' report card for second quarter. So a couple things to make note of. Up here is where the student's name would be. I've blacked it out to keep that student's privacy. And then it's broken down by class. And this is kind of like the overview so that you can get a snapshot of what your child has mastered so far this year in all of the subjects. So this first one is in math. And this student, it's a little hard to tell because this is a copy of a copy, but this student right now is at 73% proficient and above. And you can see down here 27% scoring at the basic level. So that gives us an idea of those skills, which we'll talk about a little bit, that we still need a little extra work on in math for this student. And then it also has a review of quarter one. So in first quarter, the student had about 40% of the standards assessed that were mastered and about 60% that were basic. So this student actually has shown great improvement. In language arts, it's the same thing. So 88% proficient and above, and here's the breakdown with advanced, proficient, and basic scoring. Over here on the right-hand side gives you the key for how to understand it. This student was not absent in first quarter, but this student was missed 2 days in second quarter. And here's the percentage of time absent. You're probably looking at this and wondering how in the world that's possible, but the student, I think, missed just a part of 1 day. For work habits, this student works just how the student should at an independent level, works collaboratively well, and completes assignments just as this student should. Social studies standards are at the proficient and above level. And moving on to the next page, you also have your special class grades. So this is different than first quarter. Up here it says Mr. Cook's name, so he teaches music and band, and so this student is at 100% proficient in music and band. And these are the only place that you will find comments that I have made for the student. And these will be different for every person, so make sure you make note of that. They're kind of hidden on the second page. In science, here is the score. There's a grade for PE, and then on the last page is art for Mr. Jeffries. So if you have questions about those special class grades, you can ask those teachers. So continuing on, this again would be where your student's name is, and then it's broken down by subject and the specific standard. So if you're wondering, well, what did that mean, that 78% mastered and the 22% that was still basic? Here are the specific standards, and here is your student's score. So you can really see this. This is why I love these grade cards, is because you can see exactly the skill that your student needs to practice a little bit more. So it looks like the student is proficient, but rounding decimals is still a little bit of a struggle. Can't do it consistently quite yet, but we'll get there. Adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals is another area. So this is a good snapshot view, being able to see what your student knows. If it has a dash like this one, that means that that standard simply wasn't assessed in this quarter. So you can see it was assessed in first quarter and the student earned a 3, and in second quarter it's just left blank. That doesn't mean your student didn't earn a score or anything. We didn't teach it this quarter. Okay, so it goes down, that's all math. There will be a page that's broken down for every standard in ELA, a page for every standard in science, a page for every standard in social studies, and even for your special class grades there are pages. So that's why they're so long, but it really is important information for you to be able to look through and discuss with your child, and really gives you a good picture of what they know and what they still need to improve upon. So if you have any questions after this, then just send me an email and I will be happy to answer that for you.